Ahoy hoy, this is Derek, aka Convicted Cinephile, on Instagram and now YouTube. This is my first video I'm putting up, and if I stare at the screen like this instead of the camera, that is why. It's a weird thing to get used to for some reason. So anyways, the reason I've been on the cusp of making videos for so long is because I couldn't really think of anything to do that I hadn't seen 100 times before, but I got something today that I'm sure a lot of you who see this will get, because if you're a blue tuber, as they are known, you probably bought this too. It is the Columbia Classics Volume 2 collection. I missed out on the first one, sadly, because I expected it to go down in price, was planning on buying it, and then it disappeared, and now it's worth $1 million apparently. So I jumped on the second one. It got delayed a few weeks, which sucked, but I got it today from Best Buy. I'm going to go to an unboxing thing, which I'll probably do really, really well, because I've never done it before. So bear with me. Okay, so here's the box in all of its glory. I slid open the top, obviously, but I only peeked to make sure it was the correct product inside. I haven't gone any farther than that. So here we go. Let's get rid of these bubble things that my kid can pop later. Flip her around. Take a look at it here. All right. Basically just checking to see if it's got slices all over the thing, because that happens. All right, so might as well start in the front, huh? Like a normal person. All right, so here it is, plastic free. Took the J card off. And the films inside are 5 of 6 Best Picture nominees. We've got Anatomy of a Murder with Jimmy Stewart and George C. Scott, which I'm excited to watch. I've never seen. I almost bought the Criterion Collection version during the sale back in July, but then I saw it was in the set, so I said I'm going to get the set instead. Oliver, which won Best Picture. Taxi Driver, one of Martin Scorsese's greatest films and most iconic, obviously. Stripes, which is kind of the weird one in the set. It's the only one not nominated for Best Picture. But they kind of throw comedy in there, apparently. Last one had League of Their Own, which wasn't nominated for Best Picture, and the other 5 were, I think. And then, so that's the weird one in this one. But it's still a classic comedy, which I've never seen since I saw it on cable when I was like 10. Sense and Sensibility, which has not been available on Blu-ray for a long time, so this is obviously the first 4K of it too, with Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet, which I've also never seen. I'm excited to finally watch that. And one of my all-time favorite movies, The Social Network, starring Jesse Eisenberg, directed by one of my favorites and pretty much every other cinephile's favorite, David Fincher. So yeah, that's possibly my favorite movie of the century so far. It's damn near if it's not. All right, so let's crack this sucker open and see how it opens. I think it pops open this way. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, bracing it with my toe on the bottom. I gotta zoom out because it's so huge. Let's do that. So we got Taxi Driver, Oliver, and Anatomy of a Murder right there. I'll spin it around for a second here. Oh, I don't need to spin it, just need to move up. Ugh. And then we got Stripes, Sense and Sensibility, and Social Network. You think they might have just put them in alphabetical order, but they didn't. That's weird. And then there's the giant Columbia and Sony logo. Like I said, Sony will not let you forget that they own this company. All right. And then there's a book in here, which we'll get to. I just figured we'd check out each individual one first. Here is Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. So it's got a kind of simple artwork on the case, which is kind of cool. Let's look at the back of it quick just to see. I just got a quote. What a mad and brilliant film this is. 1,000 degree proof. 70s cinema. All right, yeah, so very simple artwork. You can barely even tell it's got an image on there. It's so faint. But the cool thing is, I kind of peeked at it before. I was cheating. Take that off, and it's got the old poster on there. So that is actually really cool. And you got your normal 4K video guff there. Decent amount of special features, so that's nice. It's even got a few on the 4K disc, which is not the most common thing in the world. So that's cool to see. Let's pop it open. Swoop. Okay, so it's 2 discs. Let me see here. So one's the standard Blu-ray, and then that's the 4K. So I'm assuming they're all going to be that way. Or I could have just read that where it says 4K plus Blu-ray. That would have been easier, huh? All right, so that is Taxi Driver. Next we have Oliver, which, like I said, was a Best Picture winner in 1968. I couldn't remember the year. I remembered it was the 60s. Slow year, apparently. No offense, Oliver. Then on the back, once again, we got the very faint artwork with a review to the film, not a quote. I was misled at first. Slide the slip off here. That's the other reason I'm doing it on the carpet, so if I drop something, it won't break. Get out of there. Okay. And we got, 4K Blu-ray, the original poster artwork. Let's see if the disc art is something worth noting. They are different, so, points for that, right? No complaining there. All right, so that, get this back here, is Oliver. All right, and here is Anatomy of a Murder with James Stewart, Lee Remick, and Ben Gazzara. It also has George C. Scott, which is surprising he's not on the case above the title. Anyways, this is probably the one I'm most excited to see because it sounds really interesting, and I just have not seen it before. I think the only other one in the set I haven't seen before, actually I take that back, I haven't seen Oliver either, and Sense and Sensibility. So this one has that cool artwork. I believe that's the same artwork, give or take, that's on the Criterion release. At least it's very comparable to that, if it's not exactly that. Oh, that's cool. I like how that's simple, just different colors. And they make it fairly obvious which one's the 4K, which is nice. All right, so this was also nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. All right, and this is The Social Network, one of my all-time favorite movies. Directed by David Fincher. We got the 4-star American Landmark review on the back. This was nominated for Best Picture as well back in the year 2010 it came out. And if you ask me, it should have won over The King's Speech. And at the least, David Fincher should have won Best Director. Even the BAFTAs gave David Fincher Best Director, okay? Come on. That's a cool case, actually. I like how it has the Facebook line on the side there. Pop this sucker open, and ooh, that's not good. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, so that is the Blu-ray. So this one's 3 discs? Oh, okay, so it's got the supplement, so it's just like the 2-disc Blu-ray, plus the 4K disc. That makes sense. That is cool. All right. Yeah. And then, let's see, the supplemental features on this one. Sorry, I didn't do this on the last couple. Audio commentary, so it's pretty much all on the Blu-ray. Doesn't look like the 4K really has anything on it. Maybe it has the commentary. It doesn't even say that, though, so that kind of sucks. But, you know what? It's one of my favorite movies either way. So that is The Social Network. All right, next we have Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman. I forgot he was in that. That's awesome. Kate Winslet, and Hugh Grant. So it's got an amazing cast. The back of this one says, I'll let you read that because it's awkward looking at it through the phone. All right. But yeah, this was nominated for Best Picture, and I believe it won Screenplay for Emma Thompson. So she was nominated for acting and for writing for this movie, which is really cool. And that doesn't happen too often. And I believe this was Kate Winslet's first nomination, too. This is back in, 94? Pop her open here. All right, so yeah, we got separate artworks there as well. I like that they do different disc art. Not a big deal, but if you're going to have a set with multiple discs, why not? Even if it's simple, like the Anatomy of a Murder one. So yeah, what does it say here? Nominated for 70 Academy Awards, including Best Picture 1995. But I think the movie itself came out in 94, didn't it? Or was it 95? See what it says here. It is 95. Okay, I was mistaken for some reason. Anyways, that was fun to look at, wasn't it? There is Sense and Sensibility. Last, we have Bill Murray in Stripes with Harold Ramis there by his side, out of focus. I am looking forward to watching this and finally sitting through it and paying attention to it for the first time ever, because the only time I watched it was on cable, like I said, and no R-rated comedy can be justifiably good on cable, especially one with Bill Murray and these kind of guys. So watching it on here will be much better, I'm guessing. So there's the classic I Want You poster. There we go, for U.S. Army. And they all look like they are, yep, they are all Blu-ray 4K combos. At this point, why not? You know, the Blu-ray exists somewhere. So that is awesome. Different disc art again, which is awesome. And what does this one say on the back here? All right, so it's got a few special features on the 4K disc, so that's cool. And then most of them, like usual, are on the Blu-ray. And there's the whole crew, including the late John Candy and Harold Ramis. Gotta miss those guys. Right then, so that is Stripes. All right, so I have taken out the book. Slides right out the top there. Not the easiest thing in the world to get out with one hand, so that's why I did it in a different shot, like I've been doing all these. All right, so that's cool. It's got all the famous quotes from all these movies here. Columbia Classics. Expanding Cinematic Boundaries. All right, so I'll just flip through this quick. So it has different sections on all the different films. Oliver, got Taxi Driver in there. So there's Oliver, 1968. Looks like this goes in chronological order, in order the movies came out, which makes sense. But yeah, it's a cool book. I'll definitely read this as I'm watching these. I'm a big geek for Digibook Blu-rays, the old Warner Brothers Blu-rays and New Line Blu-rays that had the book with them. So yeah, I'm a fan of stuff like this. So, like an idiot, when I was putting this away, I didn't realize there's a disc in the back of it, a bonus disc. I don't know what's on it. It's rated G, whatever it is, but that's just cool that it's in there. So we'll have to look into what's on there. I don't think it says anywhere what's on it. It was underneath the digital copies. So if you buy this set, you know, that's in there. What's the back look like? Nothing. That's what I figured, but I thought we'd check. Right. All right, so that is the Columbia Classics set, at least all its bits and pieces. Hey there. So we're back. That's a cool set. I wish I had the first one. I wish it didn't sell out in 5 minutes and quadruple in value, so I'm glad I bought this one when I did. It's already up on the top of the shelf there next to my Alien Queen action figure. It's not normally up there. It'll move soon. But yeah, thanks both of you who watched this probably. And hopefully I'll have some more interesting videos coming up, but I thought this would be a good one since it's a new release that people will want to get and should get if they have a 4K Blu-ray player and like physical media and like the Oscars and like movies. So hopefully I'll have something else for you to watch that's a little more interesting soon. Subscribe to my channel, even though I only have one video so far. But if you do, I'll make some more. Thank you.